was really fun. I mean, the Mugu didn't know that he was already a walking corpse, Linda said, taking a seat on the cushion. Well, babes, you really dealt with him. I am so happy. The club is the best amongst all, and they all laughed. Cheesy said, walking around with a glass of wine. After dealing with this man, they will know that we ladies are not smiling, Belinda cut in. Linda, Belinda and Cheesy are best friends that people thought they were even sisters because of their closeness. Linda was once married to a very poor man, but she couldn't continue the suffering. She wanted the easy way out, and then she walked out from the marriage. She met her old friend Cheesy, who later introduced her to her source of wealth. Belinda's mother, who was in the hospital in need of surgery. When Belinda couldn't find help with the money, she was so helpless, then decided to beg for help. She later met Cheesy in the same hospital when she came for checkup. Cheesy helped her for her mother's surgery, and from there they became best of friends, and they took her to their source of wealth. They had been enjoying life, driving their dream cars, building their dream houses, that some people wish they could be like them. In fact, they were the envy of people. A lot of ladies, even men, envied them and wished they could be like them without even knowing their source of income. Yes, guy, that babe na hot chico. In fact, they get plenty dollar, Ken said, opening his door. Ken, listen, do you think every human being you meet is an ordinary person? They said all that glitters are not gold. Emma advised Ken, leave that thing, Oga. Do you see how they splash money in that club? In fact, for this night alone, I collected 1 million naira because I slept with one of them. But as he was still trying to complete his discussion and bragging, he started coughing. Blood for that matter. Emma was so scared and confused. He screamed for help, but no one came. He decided to take Ken to the hospital, but on his way, Ken gave up the ghost. Emmanuel was so heartbroken. Well done, my daughter. You girls are trying. The queen mother of the sea had accepted your sacrifice. So, my daughters, continue enjoying your wealth. Thank you, queen mother. They all responded and left. Bong, 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 bong. Linda, hold on a second, she said, before holding the door and opening it. After a few minutes, she was shocked when she opened the door, and it was her mother. Mama, you didn't tell me you were coming, Linda said. Take a seat. So I should announce to the whole city that I'm coming to see my daughter, Mrs. Agnes said, also taking a seat. Linda, my daughter, I came all the way from the village to question you and also advise you. You really need to get married again. Oh. You are my only child and I want to carry my grandchildren. Mama, you have started again. You have come again with this your married thing. I don't like this, oh mama. I have told you I am not interested in this whole married thing. Linda said, looking so angry. Shut up. That was why you left your husband, because of money. You think having money is everything? Mrs. Agnes cried. You are my only daughter. I need you to give me a grandchild. Mama, let me go and get you food, okay? Linda said and walked out to call her chef. But that night, Linda couldn't sleep because of the conversation she had with her mother earlier. But mother is right. I can't continue like this. But then again, how will I do it? Queen mother said we can't carry our own child. What am I going to do? How do I do it? Linda, who was still in deep thought, slept off with her thought. It was early morning. Cheesy's car broke down in the middle of the road. She was so helpless that she couldn't find any help from one. She called her mechanic. He promised to come, but he didn't show up. Hello, please, is there any mechanic around here? She asked one guy who was passing with a wheelbarrow. There is, but it is too early. I don't think his shop has opened. The guy replied, well, what do I do now? Chizzy lamented. Well, let me check if I can help you, he said, and told her to start the car. Chizzy started it, and after checking it, he discovered that the car lacked water. He trekked down to one shop and bought a bag of water. After putting it inside the car, it cooled for some seconds and the car started functioning again. Wow, thank you so much, Chizzy said, and brought out a bundle of money, handing it over to him. Take this, it is a token of my appreciation, she said, giving him the money. No, ma, don't worry, ma. I don't need any money from you. I'm glad I can help you, he said, walking away. Chizzy was so surprised. She stood looking at him. Well, please come back, ma, he asked. Yes, can I at least get your contact? My name is Chizoba, but my friends call me Chizzy. What about you? I'm Collins, he replied. Nice meeting you, Collins. It's my pleasure, Collins replied. And after exchanging contact, he walked away with his wheelbarrow. My God, this kind of guy is nowhere to be found, helping without expecting anything. My goodness, she said to herself. After some minutes, she started her engine and drove away. It was in the middle of the night. Belinda, who was in her private room, offering her sacrifice. Queen Mother, I offer to you my own sacrifice, she said, placing her white handkerchief inside the pot. Immediately, smoke started coming out from the pot, and she smiled and walked out of the room. Going back to the other room where she had a visitor who spent the night over. Oga, you have to go now, Belinda said, walking into the man. Hello, madam. Call me next time, oh, he said, wearing his clothes. Belinda paid him a huge sum of money, and he left. Belinda gave out a loud smile and sat on her bed. May your soul rest in peace, dear, she said again, smiling. When the man walked out from Belinda's compound, he was waiting for a cab to come and carry him. I'm so happy. So my mother will be well again, he said, counting the money he collected from Belinda. Immediately, he started vomiting blood and he fell down, calling for help. But before anyone could help, he had already given up the ghost. Not again. It was in the night. Chizzy was lying on her bed. She was thinking about who helped her earlier on. I am falling for this guy or what? Why am I always thinking about him? My God, help me. I can't fall in love with any man, else Queen Mother will throw my corpse to the vultures, Chizzy said, smiling. Let me just call him, she said, picking up her phone. It rang 2 times and he picked it up. It is me, Chizzy, the girl you helped earlier. Wow, Chizzy, how are you? He said. I'm fine. Can we go out on a date? Chizzy managed to ask. All right, I will give you a call, Collins replied. They talked for hours before they ended the call. It was on afternoon the next day. Chizzy and Collins were having lunch at a restaurant. What do you do for a living? Chizzy asked. Well, it is a long story. I'm a wheelbarrow pusher, Collins replied. So bold, my God. I love this guy, Chizzy muttered to herself. What do you do? Collins asked her. Well, I deal with oil and gas, Chizzy replied. Nice meeting you, he said. It is my pleasure, Chizzy replied. They spent some hours before they left. They were having a good time in a hotel. The members of the court, including their Queen Mother. Immediately, Chizzy's phone started ringing. She looked at the phone and noticed that the caller was Collins. Why is he calling me again? I thought we are done. Immediately, Chizzy saw that the caller was Collins. She became so scared that her hands were shaking. Chizzy, are you okay? Linda asked. Yeah, I'm fine. Chizzy managed to answer. It was only midnight. The Queen Mother were renewing their wealth, doing some sort of incantation. Immediately, she looked at Chizzy and her mood changed. I smell danger. Don't bite the hands that feed you, or else you will be in hot soup. When it backfired, she thundered. Chizzy became so scared that she wished she could fly away. Later that morning, Linda was at the pharmacy to get drugs for her mother. Immediately, a Range Rover stopped in front of her as she was coming from the pharmacy. Who could this be? She said to herself. Immediately, someone opened the door and walked out of the car. Linda! Longest time, he said. Immediately, she turned and looked at him very well. She realized it was her poor ex-husband. She nearly fainted because she couldn't think that it was ever going to happen, even in her dream, not to talk of reality. Oh my goodness! Obinna, she managed to say. Yes, it's me, Linda. Longest time. Where have you been? He asked. Where? I have companies now. So? Wow! Really? Obinna caught in. Well, how did you become this rich? Linda asked, looking so surprised. Well, my dear, it is a long story. I got a job in an oil firm, and I thank God he's been faithful and helpful, he replied. Linda nearly fainted. My wife put to bed, so I'm here to get some drugs so you could come some other time and we could see some other time, Obinna said, and walked into the pharmacy. Linda was so heartbroken that she wished the ground would open and swallow her. Who could ever believe Obinna, the poor village carpenter, could be the car owner and also working in a big oil firm, even remarried, and his wife had given birth. Linda sat on a nearby restaurant. She drank herself to stupor before going home. I'm a useless child to my mother, Linda cried. What will I do right now? Look at how my ex-husband got his life back and I am here flaunting wealth and riches, still not fulfilled in life. Linda managed to get home, and when she got home, the mother asked, Are you okay? Why will you drink yourself to stupor? What happened? Mama, leave me alone. I want to die, Linda cried. Oh no, you won't die. God forbid, her mother said, looking surprised. She later took her to her room and, cleaned her body. Later that day, it is already morning. Linda was still weak due to excess of alcohol she took yesterday. What is my fate now? Is it only money that I came to this world to have? No, I have to do something. By the way, I am the only child of my parents, so I can't end like this. I have to talk to Queen Mother and see if she can help me, Linda said to herself. In the hospital, a lady known as Gozie was asking, What happened to brother? He said he will be back immediately, his friend said. Gozie looking at her mother, who was lying helplessly on the hospital bed. Gozie called her brother and no response. She became so helpless and scared. After some minutes at night, Gozie, who was lying on the mat looking after her mother, when she noticed a shadow around her. It's me, Ekene. Don't look for me again because I won't return anymore. I'm on a journey of no return, so don't look for me again. Look for Uncle, and I believe he will help us, Ekene said and disappeared. Mama, Ekene, Mama, where are you? What happened to you, brother? And she cried bitterly. It was midnight when the billionaire ladies were having their meeting, and Linda spoke out. Queen Mother, please help me. I don't want to be aborting my child anymore. Please, who will take over me when I am no more? Linda pleaded. Shut up. Don't speak such evil in my temple. Queen Mother shouted, looking so angry at Linda. Linda tried to plead again. If you try such again, I will make sure that I throw your corpse to the vulture, she warned Linda. Linda became so scared and couldn't utter any word again. I regret belonging here, Linda said to herself. Now I know that money is not everything. I left my humble and kind husband just because of money. Now look at me, where I find myself. Linda continued to talk to herself. Why would Queen Mother say such a thing? That I will not have anyone to sustain my wealth when I am no more. I will not obey her on this one. I will not, Linda angrily said. You have to calm down, Linda. You know Queen Mother never go back to her word. I will advise you to listen to her. I know we have made a mistake belonging to this fetish cult group, Belinda said, taking a seat. My own is that I'm already regretting every bit of my action, but still, I don't know what to do. Had I always known that it will come to this, all this sacrifice we do in this meeting, Queen Mother never regarded it as anything, Chizzy angrily said. It's already night. Chizzy was lying on the bed with her boyfriend Collins. Can I ask you a question? Collins said, adjusting his pillow. Yes, love, go ahead, Chizzy replied. How did you get all this word? I already told you I finished secondary school and you are having all this world. Then again, why do you always lock that room all the time? Shut up, Chizzy cut in. Why are you asking me such a stupid question? Don't try it again, Chizzy shouted angrily. Chizzy, change your ways. My father belonged to a secret cult when he was alive, and when he died, they went and took over everything from us. But I refused it. I left all my father's wealth and ran to church. I have tasted wealth. I never knew that my father was an occultic man, and my father's source of income was occultic, and it was just vanity upon vanity. Before he could finish, Chizzy had already started crying. I don't know how to come out from this. By the way, you know all these things and you are still with me, Chizzy asked surprisingly. That's because I have grown to love you, and again, accept God, nobody can take my life. I will advise you not to go any further in that meeting. If you listen to me, let's leave here, Collins said, looking around. I'm scared, I can't go. Queen Mother will take my life. Collins, if you listen to me, just find another woman. I know you will love her as you love me. Please do so. Please run for your life, Chizzy cried. I can't let you go. All we have to do is find a solution for this problem. But on no account should you attend any of this meeting again. I will look for a place so that we can pack out and leave this house and cars, Collins consoled her. I'm sorry. God, please forgive me, Chizzy cried out. Babe, stop now. Stop crying. I don't like it when you shed tears, Collins consoled her. Later that night, Belinda was hearing a knock on her door. Who could this be, she said, walking up to open the door. When she opened the door, nobody was there. It happened like 3 times, and she became too scared. Immediately, she noticed a shadow around her. Who is this? She cried, and the shadow started walking up to her. Queen Mother, neighbors, she cried out, but no one to help her. The shadow was walking too close to her. She became so scared and fainted. On the other room, in her own house, Linda was happy that she can later adopt a child who will take care of her when she's no more. It was on their meeting. Chizzy didn't come. Where is Chizzy? Queen Mother asked. She says she is sick, Linda laughed. I am so angry, the Queen Mother said. What is wrong with all of you? Linda, you have disobeyed my orders. Please, Queen Mother, forgive me. I only wanted a child who will stay with my mother when I'm no more. You know I'm the only child of my parents. Please forgive me. Linda was still talking when Queen Mother stretched out a sword on her and she fell down and gave up the ghost immediately. Queen Mother, Belinda cried out, please don't kill her. She said she's trying to raise her up. This could be a warning to you all. Her corpse will be caged in the altar. She will not be buried or announced dead. My God, Belinda cried. Linda, please, wake up, rise up. Belinda continued to cry. Don't go any further on anyone else or you will join her in the world beyond. She is an abomination and a disgrace to this great sisterhood. This is a warning, she concluded. We are sorry, Queen Mother, and the crowd disappeared. This meeting is a warning to everybody. Send this message to Chizzy. Tell her that the next time she'll be absent, that will be the end of her life, Queen Mother concluded. It was already morning. Chizzy and Collins were eating breakfast when they heard a heavy knock at the door. Who is that? Give me a second, Chizzy said, rushing to get to the door. She was so surprised when she saw Belinda, sweating profusely. What happened? Look at a mess. Does it look like your AC was spoiled or what? Chizzy asked, looking so confused. Babe, leave that thing. As I'm talking to you right now, Linda is dead. What? What do you mean Linda is dead? Chizzy caught in, looking confused and scared. Queen Mother killed her last night and caged her corpse. She said on no account should we announce her death. Belinda said, looking so scared. Oh my God, this is serious. Linda is gone, Chizzy said, already shedding tears. Queen Mother said I should tell you that on the next absence of yours, it will be your end, Belinda informed her. She did say that? Chizzy asked Belinda, who nodded her head. I have to go now. Please come today, I beg you. I don't want to lose you again, no, Belinda said, proceeding to her car. All right, I will, Chizzy said, looking so scared. After eating, they entered their room. Collins collected his chaplets. Chizzy, please stand up, let's pray, Collins said, kneeling beside the bed. Chizzy was so scared and she knelt beside him and they started praying. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and they continued to pray. What happened to Linda? Why is she not yet back? Her mother said, looking so concerned. Mama, just calm down. She will come back. Her nanny consoled her. I don't understand. Even if my daughter leaves, she tells me where she usually goes to and even calls me. Her number is not going and she's nowhere to be found. What are we going to do? Let's see it. In Belinda's house, she kept crying. Please don't kill me, please. Why will I spare your life? You took my own life and you said you deserve to live. He said, looking so angry. You took my life due to your selfish desire, Ekene said, walking up to her, looking angrily. But Belinda managed to run away. Is this how she is going to continue her life? Belinda was running like a madwoman until she got to Queen Mother. Please, I'm in trouble. The man I killed is after my life. Ekene wants to kill me, Belinda cried. There is only one solution. You have to get a newborn baby that will be used for sacrifice in order for you to be free, Queen Mother explained to her. Newborn baby? Belinda asked, looking so scared. Unless you do this, you won't get any help from me, Queen Mother explained to her. Taking her leave, Belinda was so scared and helpless and she went back home. It was already midnight. Chizzy was sleeping with Collins when Queen Mother appeared to them. You thereby disobey me, Chizoba. For this, you will live the rest of your life in the grave, she said, pointing her sword on Chizzy. Chizzy started rolling in pain, crying for help. Immediately, Collins noticed what was happening. He collected his chaplet and wore it on her neck. He started praying immediately. When the heat was too much for the Queen Mother to bear, she disappeared immediately. Thank you so much. What would I have done without you? Chizzy said, regaining her strength. Don't worry, God will see us through, okay? Collins consoled her. But I don't deserve to be with you. I am supposed to be dead for all the sins I committed, Chizzy cried out. No, don't say that. I won't take it. Our God is a merciful Father. He will see us through. I have made arrangements and we are leaving this house tomorrow, including all these cars. And so Collins informed her, will you do that? Yes, I will do that. I will abandon everything. I don't even want them anymore. I want to live a normal life. I don't want to be scared of anybody. I don't want to hurt people anymore. For that, she thanked Collins. Chizzy replied, trying to cheer herself up. Belinda hired a midwife who would get her a newborn baby for her. On the process, the police officer caught up with the midwife in the act and she was arrested. They asked her to call who sent her on such a deadly act and she called Belinda's name. Belinda was also arrested too. Queen Mother was so angry on hearing that. She knew that her secret would be revealed, so she made Belinda to be mad on the street, roaming around the street being mad. Collins and Chizzy left the house and got a small apartment. He took her to the Reverend Father, who delivered her, and Chizzy confessed her sin and was also delivered. Chizzy became a born-again Christian. Chizzy joined Collins on the hustling ground. She was hawking pure water on the street with so much joy, while Collins was still a wheelbarrow pusher. One afternoon, while Chizzy was hawking her pure water, she met someone looking at her somehow. What is happening? Why are you people staring at me? Chizzy asked, looking surprised. Is a mad woman who died of accident. The driver hit and run away. One of the crowd explained. What? Why would people be so wicked? Chizzy said, walking up to see the corpse. When Chizzy saw the corpse, she nearly died. She wept bitterly, seeing that the dead woman was her friend Belinda. This is indeed vanity. I'm alone in this lonely world, but I thank God the Queen Mother died on my day of deliverance. But I will never belong to any cult group, nor even in my next life. Rest in peace, Belinda and Linda, my best friends, till we see again. My people, be forever in my heart, she said, and went home. Chizzy was surprised when she returned home and found Collins dancing all over. Honey, what happened? Chizzy asked cheerfully. Our God has done it again. You know that my interview I did, Collins explained. Yes, what happened? Chizzy asked, looking happy and surprised. Okay, calm down. I got the job and it came with an apartment and a car, Collins said, and Chizzy jumped up to him. They started dancing. 2 months later, Collins had started working and they were living in a good apartment and they went on a date. Please, Chizoba Okorie, will you marry me? Collins asked, kneeling before her. Yes, I will, Chizoba replied, jumping up to him. She then paused for a while. I wish my friends were here. Chizzy cried. Stop it now. God knows the best. Collins consoled her. Is indeed a merciful and powerful God, Chizzy said, and they hugged each other.